in internet land. How we all doing?
What's going on, guys?
All right, this is Ant.
And this Dave.
And this is the Ant and Dave Podcast
Show.
And we're coming from all our fans all across the universe, in the Milky Way, in the solar system, good old sweet Earth, North America, good old USA, New Jersey, Sussex County, Vernon, Tall Timbers, Dogwood. Yeah, that's where we're coming from today. And how you doing there, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing? You're looking good.
I'm feeling good. You're looking good too.
Thank you,
There you
thank
go.
Thank you, everybody.
We're going a little on the countryside a little bit today.
That's right, for our country friends out there.
That's right, because you're like Marie. You're a little bit country.
And a little bit of rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm like Donnie. I'm a little bit rock and roll.
There you go.
What are you drinking there, dude?
Well, tonight, right now, I got me some Molson from Canada, so that's my drink for tonight. What do you got going here?
I'm going, where is Heineken made? I think it's...
I think it's from the Netherlands. I think.
Netherlands, possibly, whatever.
Or Holland. They used to call Holland, yes.
From Holland. I'm having a Heineken, all right? So, it's the place of wooden shoes, I guess. You know what I mean?
Clogs.
Clogs, yeah, right. Those are the early...
That's like the bathroom.
Yeah, right. We call it, absolutely. Absolutely. What are those shoes? They're not clogs. What are those called now?
Yeah, clogs. Isn't
Oh,
it?
that what that is?
I think so.
Okay.
Not lederhosen. That's something else.
All right, yeah, that's Germany. So
Yeah.
there you go. All right. So anyway, we're gonna do an episode. I'm gonna talk about something we've talked about for a while, back and forth, me and you and everything.
Absolutely.
And
I think everybody out there has talked about it. They're
Everybody's
all
talking
talking
about
about it.
this is cancel culture. It's a big thing. It's a huge thing in 2021, no doubt about it. And I told Dave, and I truly believe this, that cancel culture will cancel itself. And that's what I really do believe, Dave. And I'm going to give you an example for that. And here's a perfect example. I'm going to take a huge company, tremendous company.
You guys know this company.
Yes, everybody knows this company. It's Disney, ABC, Disney,
Right.
Disney. Disney was involved in a little bit of cancel culture. Well, we could say Lucasfilms was a little bit involved in cancel culture.
Now remember, Disney picked up Lucasfilms not that long ago, along with Pixar.
Yeah,
And they keep getting bigger and bigger.
right.
ABC News here in New York.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a
Huge conglomerate.
Not exactly. Took the word right out of my mouth. I couldn't know if I could say that. But,
You took the words right out of my mouth.
But it must have been while you were kissing me. Okay, all right, enough of that. Now we're about to get canceled.
Oh, I hope not.
I said, turn it off. These guys are fucking jokers. Anyway, seriously, cancel culture. Gina Carano, she put something out that one of her coworkers did pretty much the same thing, and they were, talking about how to go. It's not really too cool to be going against other people, and treating them as though they're subhuman, and that's how Nazism came. And she, that's basically along the line she was saying. And she got canceled. They canceled. She got fired from The Mandalorian. Where she was Laura Dern.
Look, she was one of the big top actresses.
And listen, I'm not a huge Star Wars guy, but I know a lot of people who are.
Yes.
I love the first show. I even used Star Wars 2, and but then I didn't. There was so many other ones I didn't catch on, and I know I did see a couple of later ones, and I wasn't that thrilled with them.
Yeah.
I must be honest. But then I heard, on Disney Plus, The Mandalorian's a really pretty cool show.
Yes, a lot of people are talking about it.
a lot of people like that. And
I haven't seen it.
And that's where Gina Carano came from. And her, a lot of people liked her character, Laura Dern. And anyway, she made those comments, and they fired her. And I think the person who she's never going to own up to it, but is Kathleen Kennedy, who is in charge of Lucasfilms, and that was done a couple of months ago. But the tide, I think it's kind of turning on that one. And that's what I'm saying.
Cancel culture,
that's what I'm saying. Cancel culture will cancel itself. And I can tell you why, because the fandom, as they say,
Right.
they were pissed off. And they said, you know what? we're gonna unsubscribe our Disney subscription. Subscription.
We're gonna get rid of them on Twitter.
Yeah,
We're
well,
gonna get rid of all these people.
Well, we call it. You have your Disney Plus and everything, and they unsubscribed.
Right.
And
they're gonna show their displeasure.
They were showing displeasure,
Right.
and they were getting a lot of times Star Wars puts things on YouTube, and they were getting killed with no likes, thumbs down.
Wow.
And even Kathleen Kennedy tried to say something before the Academy Awards, and she got hammered on that on YouTube, where she was getting so many thumbs down compared to the thumbs up, and people were pissed off. And I think it really started to affect a little bit of bottom line, because Disney put a ton of money into
to the
Star
show
Wars.
and the actors.
Absolutely.
And,
They even have in Disney World, the rides there and everything. And,
Right. They redid the whole land.
Yeah,
whole Disneyland.
And now they're stuck in this controversy, and they really pissed off the fans, the majority of fans. And I think, let me just catch you up a little bit. It seems like there's going to be a change in from what I can see in Lucasfilms. I think John Favreau is going to be taking over the helm.
Now, Favreau joins us, guys, from Pixar. If you remember, he did a bunch of those movies, also some action movies, but he's been in and out around the Disney world.
But he was underneath Kathleen Kennedy. She was basically running the show, and if you read the tea leaves and listen to other YouTubers out there like Clownfish. And,
shout out.
Shout out to Clownfish.
Right
Kiki
there.
Sparkles, I love that name.
There you go, guys. Check him out.
Anyway, and Yellowfish, and you listen to them, and you can see that Disney's been very quiet. Lucasfilm's been very quiet, and now you have when they canceled Gina Carano and her character Laura Dern. They just wiped everything off of it. And it turns out now you can go to Disney Springs and actually find an action figure, because they got rid of all the action figures. But now you can get an action figure.
They pulled them off the shelf.
They pulled them off the shelf.
I mean,
now
total cancel.
It's suddenly back on the shelf now.
Secretly, quietly.
And I think, I can't recall the name, but she's also involved in she's going to be showing up in a show that I think is carried maybe by Disney Plus. So she's kind of getting uncanceled there. And there's rumors out there, and I think it would be a very smart thing to Disney to do is actually, just say, hey, they made a mistake, and put Gina Carano back on The Mandalorian. And make the fandom happy.
Yes.
Because cancel culture. Listen, if the country's divided, and I say, hey, all of this side of the country, I could give a rat's ass about, I would lose maybe half the audience.
Right.
And I don't want to do that. I think everybody's entitled to their opinion. You vote.
Absolutely.
I think it's important that you vote, and you should vote whoever you want to vote for. And I think it's people die in other parts of the world just to try to vote, and they can't do it. And
it's your right, guys. So please vote.
Right, and,
please sign up to vote.
Yeah, I think it's an important thing.
Yes.
And I think you have to respect everybody's opinion.
That's right.
Even if you disagree with it, at least if someone's has a conviction to tell you how they feel about it, and I'm not going to turn around and cave and say, oh, you're right. I'm just going to give you my opinion, and we're going to agree, disagree, and move on. And
I think that's the key too. I just want to say that. Agree to disagree. I want to repeat that. I think that's important.
I
think that's important.
That's very important.
Yeah.
And Michael Jordan. Once they asked him as well, would you sell sneakers, to like the other side, meaning maybe Republicans or something like that. And he said, well, Republicans wear sneakers too. So he just took it right down the middle. And I really think that people are getting tired of watching sports and being told how to think and what to think by a sports figure or by someone in Hollywood. They don't want to be preached to.
Look.
And I think you have to keep. I really think it's an important issue. I think as an individual, if you want to say something, that's a different thing. But if you start letting your politics creep into sports and into movies and to way you think you're trying to put on a product and you just going with one point of view. I think you're doing a disservice to yourself and to your audience.
And I agree. I think Andy, you have a very good point there, and I think that's also the point that we should think about.
I mean, listen, if you don't agree with me, please say you don't agree
Absolutely,
with me.
right down there.
I respect you for saying it.
Absolutely.
I really will.
Hit the comments and
put it in
down
below,
there.
But that's how I feel. And speaking of Michael Jordan, who's probably the greatest basketball player of all time. I mean, he was must-watch TV when he was in his prime with the Bulls. I mean, I actually kind of like the Knicks, and I think the reason why the Knicks didn't win a championship because Michael Jordan was standing there, and he was was in their way. And the guy was just tremendous.
Oh, yeah, towering.
He was
towering,
absolutely.
towering.
He was his will is beyond his talent. His will took over a game, and that's it. And he was the key marquee player for the NBA.
Right.
Now the marquee player for the NBA is LeBron James.
Okay.
And LeBron James is, he doesn't believe in Republicans wearing sneakers too, and I'm not going to say anything against them. He's been very political. And
he just jumped out on Twitter last week.
Well, yeah, he made an issue about there was an incident with a police officer
in Columbus, Ohio,
shot a teenage girl, a black teenage girl. And apparently that teenage girl, and you can see it on the film and on the tape and video.
Watch the police
video.
was,
about to attack another black woman.
With a knife.
And the color means nothing. They were white, orange, green. One individual is trying to attack another, and he prevented it by shooting that person. And it's a horrible
she was
thing.
Unfortunately killed.
It's and I would feel terrible if it was my daughter and everything. But she was going after that girl. She was telling her, I'm going to stab you and everything else. And it was a tough call for a police officer. And
absolutely. But what is their motto?
And protect and serve.
Protect and serve.
And, there's are all cops great? No. No one, not everybody. All construction workers great. I'm a construction worker.
Are all teachers great?
No. So there's bad apples in every one. But
absolutely.
I think this guy, I think he was in a tough spot. I think he made the right call. My opinion.
That's it. I agree on that
one.
I agree on
with one opinion.
So guys, also put your thoughts below.
Yeah, but LeBron James put a picture of him and said, "You're next." And I think he's talking about the police officer.
Yes, that's correct. He's talking about the Columbus police officer, and it says that you're next. And we're coming for you.
Yeah, and I think that was to do with what happened in Minnesota with that police officer that got convicted. What is
Derek Chauvin.
Yes, and I think he's comparing those two, and I think that's a
poor comparison.
I think that's a poor comparison.
I agree.
I think
agree.
I think in the case of Minnesota, however you may feel about it, that's a much tougher call to say who was right and wrong on that one.
Absolutely.
On this one in Columbus, Ohio, I think it was pretty clear that if the officer did not act, that the other girl would have got stabbed, and
I think
he wouldn't have been doing his duty. So LeBron James got really a lot of pushback on that, and he later deleted that tweet.
I did see that,
and
taken down.
And LeBron, I think you should be smarter than that. I think if you're a public figure, and I think you should try to bring everybody, no matter what their race, creed, sexuality,
or beliefs.
We should try to bring people together.
Absolutely, that's what we try to do.
Next. Yeah, absolutely.
We try to do that on our podcast show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring people together here.
Everybody, who puts in comments. We respect your comments.
Absolutely.
That whatever you feel, as long as no one's calling for like out and out violence against someone. I mean, other than that, if you have an opinion, put it out there. You know what I mean?
Let's start the conversation.
Let's start the conversation, and it's better that everybody talks instead of we call it. We break into camps and start arming and getting weapons, because that's a road that no one in their right mind ever wants to go down.
Absolutely.
So that's what I think about cancel culture. I think cancel culture will eventually cancel itself, because I think I think in the middle, I think the middle feels that you can't preach your politics down someone's throat. You can have a conversation about it, but you can't be just, this is the way it is, and if you're not happy about it, the other half of the country go screw themselves. It's not going to work that way, folks. We'll have a big problem if either
Say the
side,
least.
if one side tells the other side to screw off, no matter which side you're on. We got to be able to find common ground and work things out. And
That's
you
it.
know,
Exactly.
Peace in the Middle East. So anyway, that's it. For I think.
Well,
about
you know,
cancel
I got to
culture.
tell you.